we want to swing the big one. Trump's got a set of balls on him, granted hard. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I think that I was thinking about the other day, man, and the way our military is set up now, that we don't even need to put troops on the ground to overthrow some of these little ass backwards countries. And Iran's not little or ass backwards, but we just don't have to do things the way they've always been done. It's kind of crazy, but you could basically,
that's the rumor.
You could take out the whole Iran military just using drones and bombs right now. I've heard
that's the rumor.
There is a group there of military generals that are ready to overthrow, the other ones. I mean, it's not easy, but as far as we're concerned, Americans wouldn't have to go in there. And it seems to me like the majority of the Iranian people want this guy out of there, this Ayatollah, this whole regime. But there's that one elite military guard that is a religious military that surrounds him and keeps him in power. But Israel took out a lot of those guys last time. Israel sent out some kind of message, hacked their cell phones or something, sent a message, meet here at this time in this place, and then all these Iranian military leaders were at the place at the time. None of them knew why. And then next thing you know, Israel puts a missile in there from a drone, wipes out like 20 of their top military leaders. So this wouldn't be that hard to take that whole bunch out, but that would be pretty cool if we did it that way. You can't.
I think that's the only way we got to do it, right? Do it right. That's how it's got to be.
And there can't be American boots on the ground, because then you're going to stir up a whole nother set of problems.
Shitstorm.
Yeah. You'll have terrorists coming in from all over the place to help their Muslim brothers and I forget it's the Sunnis or the Shiites or what, but I can't remember my Sunnis from my Shiites anymore, but it's crazy the abilities we have. It's crazy.
Sunnis are the Iranians. They're version. So they're the I think Sunni are the Orthodox. These are the motherfuckers. The Shia are like Saddam Hussein. They're the more like liberal. These are the ones where they'll let their women walk outside during the day.
Right. Yeah, I was watching a documentary from 1980 or something, and there was this woman on there trying to justify going back to the burqas, and I don't know if you say going back to, but justify, the dress, the way they look. And this reporter's like, but just a few months ago, the women were walking around like Western women, and it was just crazy. If you're not thinking about sex, basically, you can get more things done, and this and that and the other thing. It's like, what the hell is this dumb bitch saying? Well,
I tell you, speaking of, it's weird over there with the women. It goes downhill real quick with those women. Iranian women are fucking smoking hot.
Yeah.
Indian women, I mean, I would say Indian women, 90% are ugly. They just have a look about them, and a smell, and a look, it's just no good. You get an occasional one that looks alright. But those Persian women, now, they're something else.
Yeah, they're hot.
When I was doing some lobbying work, my guy in Illinois was like, hey, we're going to take you someplace.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. And went to one of those gentleman clubs, and it was on his tab, and there was an Iranian in there, and that chick had some moves. And I was like, man, you get into some trouble with her. Right?
One of belly dancers.
Oh man, she had it all. When you could take a quarter and bounce it off her ass, and it would hit Canada.
Yeah, I run into a lot of those girls that are here, like going to college and stuff, doing my work, and they are like so happy to be in America. And I've noticed, and they all seem attractive, but the ones that have the hijab are a little more like, and maybe it's their culture, maybe it's because they're not allowed to talk, but they won't carry on a conversation with you, and if they do, it's real, one word answer, and almost comes off like they don't want to be bothered with you. And
they're afraid. They're afraid, and they won't look in the eye if you're a man, because that is DNA. Because for 2,000 years, they were taught to not talk or look at men.
Right. Does it really go back 1,000 years? I mean, some of this shit.
Well, I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it to you in terms you'll understand. A long fucking time.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, some of it does go back 1,000 years. They've never come out of the Middle Ages. Others, it's like they went from, you look at the pictures of Iran in the 60s, 50s, 70s, and they look like American women, the clothing they're wearing and stuff like that. And now, now they look like, Middle Ages, I just wonder how far that really goes back, but it's crazy just to think, you could have a modern culture there 50 years ago. It goes away for 50 years and all this awful stuff happens. I think I should look that up and see like the progress and regression of the different Middle Eastern countries. Because like we all assume, I've used that term 1,000 years also. So my curiosity now is like, how many of these places were westernized, kind of like Egypt, Iran of the 60s, and then this radical bunch took over and took them backwards 1,000 years. It's like, wasn't Afghanistan at one point a pretty westernized country, and then a radical bunch got in and messed everything up and started beating the women again, and put on your beekeeper uniform and all this craziness. I mean,
well, actually, yeah. I mean, Iran. What a lot of people don't understand. It's not because they're stupid. It's just it's been a long time. Pakistan,
yeah,
Afghanistan, Iran, and to a degree, Iraq.
Yeah.
Were all, especially Iran.
Yeah, it was huge.
Were all very modernized cultures and societies up until was Iran anyhow up until the 70s.
Yeah, that's crazy. That listening to these old documentaries that have popped back up in my timeline. These guys are saying that it was preached to them like Western culture is the best, America is the best, and they got fed up with it. And then about a month after they put the Ayatollahs in charge and overthrew us damned Americans, they're like, whoa, wait a second here. This ain't what we wanted. We just wanted a little less America shoved in our face. And now we've got something else shoved up our faces and in our asses and everywhere else. This ain't what we wanted. We just want a little more autonomy. We didn't want Sharia law. But once the Ayatollahs got the control of that military, it's all she wrote, It was their way or the highway.
You know what the interesting thing about all those people that are doing that Sharia stuff and these hardcore Islamists?
Mm-hmm.
I have read there's a lot of perversion underneath that hood.
Dude.
This gay shit, they're all queer.
Oh yeah.
And they don't want to talk about it. But yet they're the first ones to throw the gays off the buildings.
Right.
They're fucking their sisters, or more accurately, raping them.
Yeah.
So they're fucking perverts.
Well, I can go ahead. I got a thought after this.
They're queer. They're raping their sisters. They're literally raping their sisters. Forget about raping women. They're raping their sisters. So they're incestual perverts.
Yeah, well, when you're on your...
These are the most unethical people. The point I'm trying to make here is these are the most unethical people known to man.
Yeah.
Yet you're not allowed to drink alcohol and
right.
popping and all this. I think, actually, if you get into the whole, some of the substance of it, Muhammad was a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
You think Jeffrey Epstein looked like a Boy Scout?
Yeah, big time. He was Muhammad. We're going to get, we're going to get, what do you call that? We're going to get a fatwa if this ever makes it to the Middle East. But yeah, Muhammad was not saintly like Jesus by any means. But what I was going to say is, some of the most views on Pornhub, according to the actresses that I've seen in interviews, come from the Middle East. And they're looking at like the Mia Khalifa chick, and there's another girl, Violet Myers, who's half Mexican, half Arab. They're viewing women that look similar to their women in porn online, and then beating their women for being uncovered in public. It's a strange thing. And damn.
But it's not what I've heard what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I agree 100%. But let me add to it. It's not just porn. It's revenge porn that they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're looking at. They're looking at some hardcore shit over there.
Oh, so they're okay. Go ahead.
Maybe I cut out. You didn't hear me. They're looking at revenge porn.
Yeah.
Where they're beating the shit out of the women, buying, what's that called? BDN.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say they're the ones keeping
the shit out of buying, mangle and whatever. Strangulation.
They're the ones keeping the hardcore S&M, BDSM.
Yes.
They're the ones keeping those sites running, in other words. Wow.
That's right. And it's all coming. So the Middle East is looking at all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's all ass rape porn.
Jeez.
Ass rape. Here's the best way you can say it. Ass raping your sister. That's what they're looking at.
Incestuous, homosexual,
Ass raping,
incest.
gay, right. All of it.
Huh.
Now, the only thing, I'll give them credit for this.
I hope you're ready
The
for
only
a car
thing that
bomb
they-
to go off outside your house.
I'm driving. The only thing that they're not looking at, and I'll give them credit for this, is the tranny stuff. They're not looking at chicks with dicks. That, they do draw a line there.
Yeah, that's one weird thing is, if you want a sex change, go to Iran. Now, I think you might have to be Iranian and a Muslim to get it. But they feel it's better for you to change, cut your junk off. They'll pay for it. The Iranian government will pay for this. Like, that's the corner they've backed themselves into with their religious zeal is they would rather a man mutilate himself into a woman and transition completely to female. This transition in quotes because you're born a man, you're a man. Your DNA and your chromosomes and shit don't change. But they would rather you do the full transition. They painted themselves into this corner of being so closet homosexual and so anti-gay. They'll pay dudes to transition into women rather than be a man in drag or be a homosexual. And yet you've got
Well, no, I'm saying they're not looking at that, though. I'm saying in terms of porn,
they're not looking at
everything
that.
like that. Yeah.
I was going down a totally different road. They would rather you completely transition your body and they'll pay for it. And the LGBTQ people in this country think, oh, Iran is so open-minded and so accepting of LGBTQ, AI plus, LMNOP, that they'll pay you to transition into a woman. No, they're so homophobic, and as you're saying, maybe closet homo themselves, some cases, that they'll transition you rather than you be a gay man or you be a transvestite drag queen. And the drag queens and the trannies in this country are going, yay, yay for Iran. They're progressive. I'm like you ugly Christian Americans. Yeah. Okay. Go to Iran and see how that works out for you.
Right.
But anyways, that was a whole other tirade about porn. We started talking about bomb
Right.
Iran.
Well, here's another one. Here's another one for the podcast. And who predicted this? Have you done a Google search on Ohio University Kent State men's basketball sports betting recently?
Oh yeah, they're caught up. I've just got word of this last night. They're caught up in a point shaving scandal, huh? What happened
And
there?
who predicted this?
Yeah, well, you've been talking about this for a while because of the gambling issues and things that are coming up in Ohio, where they're, the prop betting and, bets changing during games.
Who sat there and told everybody
At the Ohio Lottery Commission.
that this was coming?
Right.
That if we didn't watch our ass, this was going to corrupt not only professional sports, but collegiate sports.
Right.
And it has. And if you also look into these stories, you will see another thing that I predicted, which is why I think they're finally bringing it soon, is that there's a Chinese connection in all this.
The Chinese connection. Yep.
China.
Yeah, they're.
Ching chang. Remember that we used to say. Now they'll tell you if you grew up in the '80s or not. Ching chang.
Right.
You remember saying that. And it wasn't like we were making fun racist. That was just what you said. Ching chang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's people are getting hung up on this shit, and of course there's money to be made, and you can't tell me that these agents are running around now that they have free access to these college players, and you find out that maybe a player needs some extra money, or maybe a player has some debt, or made a bad decision, and maybe you're trying to float him some money to cover a bad decision, or maybe he's, into a shark on some money. Who the hell fucking knows?
Right.
Jimmy crack corn, and I don't care. Bottom line is, this is the target. This is the mark.
Mm-hmm.
And all he's got to do is either not score 20 points in a game, score more than 17,
yeah,
fair catch a punt when he should return it, throw a pitch faster than, throw a fastball instead of a breaking ball. I mean, that's all you got to do. And all of a sudden you're making thousands of dollars for one particular instance. And what keeps you in the clear for a RICO is you're not impacting the outcome of the game.
Yeah. No,
you're not shaving points.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
you're just doing shit in the middle of the ball game, but you're not shaving points.
Well, I see what you're saying. The whole, NIL and the online betting worlds have really changed sports, changed college sports specifically. Where you don't have to, what they've got bets now on, how many pitches a guy throws, what kind of pitches, how many assists the point guard has. They've got rolling bets during the games. I watched the
bet by quarter.
Yeah.
Point spread by quarter. Point spread by half. Over and under by. I mean, they got it all.
Yeah.
And that used to just be Super Bowl bullshit.
Yeah.
Now it's every fucking game.
Yeah, I was watching the college playoffs. Not the traditional broadcast, but the Pat McAfee show on the field cast. And, they're like, the rolling point spread is this much. And, the prop bets on this and that are this much. And stuff like that. Like, in the middle of the game, I'm like, how do they change the betting on the spread in the middle of the game? But that's a thing now. It's crazy.
Yeah, you could redo your bet. You could cash out, and you can see the cash out. You can see the payout,
mm-hmm.
and it fluctuates. And if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to get what I thought I was going to get, maybe I'm even losing some money, but I'm going to get out now, and then get back in at a better line.
Right.
You can even pull that bullshit off.
Oh, yeah. You can do all kinds of crazy things with these online casinos now, dude. I mean, when it first started in Ohio, I did a little bet on that first Super Bowl, the first year we had it here. And, I didn't think much of it. I had a little fun, made $150, and then the next year, I did a little betting on the Super Bowl and didn't make a damn dime. But, as you're going through the game, if you're paying attention, they're pushing you more bets along the way. Like, will this pass or this play be a pass or a run. You know, you've got 40 seconds or whatever the play clock is to bet on the next play. Will they make this first down or not? You know, will they convert on third down? And it's weird, man. And I can see, man, people are not going to. People are caught up in this, and they're fidgeting through the game. You know, I'm losing this much. I can make it up on this next play. Oh, man, that's crazy.
Well, let me tell you, when this thing in Ohio started, the very first day was New Year's Day.
Okay.
And Penn State was in the Rose Bowl.
Right.
And I'm watching the Rose Bowl. I like to watch the Rose Bowl, no matter who's in the game.
Right, yeah, Midwest thing.
And I pull up DraftKings, and of course, they're handing out funny money to get people to start betting.
Yeah.
Free bets. And so I take advantage of that. And they got me hooked. But I'm sitting there, and you can play. You can actually, like you're saying, what's going to be the outcome of the next play? So Penn State was on, and you can look this up. Penn State was on like the 3 or the 4 yard line. And I can't remember the name of their running back that year, but he was good. And he got drafted. He's in the NFL. But Penn State's running back was really good. And they were on like the 3 or the 4 yard line. I think they were playing USC. It was that year where everybody scored like 50 points. It was a shootout. Penn State's on the 3 yard line. So they got 98 fucking yards to go. And just out of curiosity, I thought, what's the odds that the next play would be a touchdown? Like, so, you know, you got to do this quick. And so I put in like $100. And the odds were so astronomical. It was like 5,000 to 1 or some like ridiculous number. So, you know, if you put $100 down at those kinds of odds, you'd win like, whatever it was, you'd win like $50,000. Because, you know, it's not going to happen. Well, guess what happened? And you can look this up. The some bitch ran for a 98-yard touchdown. And I thought to myself, I almost made that bet just to fucking make it.
Right.
Number 2, how many people either didn't make that bet or made that bet but still got that high?
Oh, yeah.
That adrenaline rush. And now they're making bets, and that's like such a 1 in a million shot.
Yeah.
They're wasting money now because they're never going to make that back.
Absolutely.
Now, more importantly than what we've just been talking about is, and this I did talk about last night, is who is this hurting? Who is this actually hurting?
It's hurting families. I mean, it's hurting your income.
It's hurting families, it's hurting incomes, but even more specific than that, this is hurting young men. So young men have already got it rough. We are in a father problem in this country.
Right.
We are in a young men father problem.
A lack thereof crisis.
The lack thereof, exactly right. And now it's even worse because between TikTok and these young guys
and
sitting
porn.
there becoming vegetables, watching chicks say nothing, and them just dropping these coins, which are money.
Yeah.
at these chicks doing nothing but wearing tank tops and thick eyeliner, getting in these battles. They're wasting their money there.
What the fuck?
They're wasting their money on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Now, what money they got left, they're wasting on
Gambling.
sports betting. Gambling.
Yeah.
Online sports betting.
I need to get to wrapping up here, Doc. I got an errand to run.
No, that's okay. This is the show for later.
Yeah.
Let's pick it up.
Yeah, let's pick up on online betting, OnlyFans, and young men. And I got some thoughts on that and the Florida proposed OnlyFans tax by this gubernatorial goober. So, all right, buddy. Take care, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
See you, bud.